Good day to everyone, wherever you are. My name is Grace Mukaya. I'm here today to speak a word that has been sitting in me for some time. I've pondered on it. And I said, let me come to this platform and be able to share with us. And to just deliberate on the perception that we have as the citizens of our nation, our beautiful nation, Kenya. The perception upon our country, our leaders, the economy, and the future of this nation. One important truth that we must understand is the power of spoken words. We've been speaking negatively for quite some time now over these different aspects that concern each and every one of us, myself, yourself, our children, and the generations to come. When we say we speak negative words, words have power. And what happens is that what you consistently speak or confess influences your attitude, your actions, and ultimately the direction that you take as individuals. Now, what I wanted us to look at is when we say we are talking about our nation, our beloved nation, Kenya. When we look at Kenya, I'll tell you for free, Kenya is a beautiful country. If you've traveled across the world, yes, you go and see other beautiful nations out there. But I'll tell you, Kenya plays at the same level as the global nations that are out there. Kenya is super warm. The warmth that you get from the nation of Kenya is not warmth that you'll just go into any other country and get. Kenyans are very friendly. We do have infrastructure that has already been set in place and systems that are working. So it means as a nation, we have come from very far to be where we are today. When I talk about infrastructure and systems, when you look at other nations that talk about rationing and stuff, I don't think we experience much of that in Kenya. We already have the electric power. We do have solar systems and other systems in place to enable us get energy. When we look at the roads, Kenya has good infrastructure. When we look at where we were a couple of years back and where we are right now, of course, there's much difference. And of course, with devolution, we have seen a lot has devolved from the national government into the county governments that has ended up affecting the counties and at least making us start playing almost at the same level. Not too far off, but it's good. It's better than what we had before. Now, it's time for us to look at things differently. We need to first analyze in terms of our nation, what is working well, and we need to commend what is working well. We need to give credit to it. The people working around it, be it our leaders, be it the civil servants, the private sector that are working together and the different partners. Let's commend that. Let's give credit where it's due. When it comes to our leaders, we need to also do the same thing. We cannot all the time be punching stones, throwing daggers at them. No. Human nature is when people keep constantly speaking negative, you resort to telling yourself, even when I want to do good, it'll still be negative. So whatever becomes the aspect that drives the day. And that's why every day you'll find yourself, every other day you want to go to the streets. Now let's change that narrative and say we look at what is working well. We can analyze our leaders from the point of the sections that they are leading with the other leaders around them. Look at what they've done. What is it that is working well? Let's speak more about what is working well. And of course, we have to also speak at the challenges that we have, but can we do it in a structured manner? When I say structured manner is, yes, we can analyze what is not working well after we've already given the credit. So the positive element has to come first. And then now where we speak out the challenges, let it come second in a structured manner where we prioritize it in terms of priority level and the urgency of it. Then the leaders will be able to pick it up and carry forward. It's human nature that when somebody tells you you're doing something good, you will definitely want to perfect it and become better and better by the day. And what does that do? It impacts us as the citizens because as they continue doing things better, we continue seeing change. I would want to put it in the aspect whereby a lot of Kenyans have not traveled out there to see. We imagine, we see movies and then we imagine what is in the movies is what is out there. Let me tell you, what we have in Kenya is not so much different than what is out there. We are close to being there. And that's why you're seeing a lot of international interest is already coming into Kenya. You cannot take that for granted. It's not coming because... No, it's definitely coming because you have infrastructure and systems in place that can enable them plug in. So already we are at a very good level as is. We should not allow ourselves to be cheated. So let's look at things from this aspect. Let's look at our leaders from the same aspect, because some of these leaders actually don't sleep. They try to do their best, but they've gotten to a point whereby they see a lot of negativity, and it ends up like, let's have things remain as status quo, and if we do what is little, what we need to change here and there, but it's not what you'd expect to see. So let's look at changing that narrative so that we can be able to start seeing things changing for ourselves as a nation. My call also to the church will be, let the church not be doomsayers. We cannot be the people that God entrusts to stand with the people, to give hope, to show that there's positivity in everything. Then we come and tell ourselves we're the ones at the front line leading the church on a Sunday service or one of those sessions, and you're busy telling people the way bad things are coming, this is also coming, that is also coming. I think that is very wrong. As a church, we are called to speak life. I don't think God from his throne room was just speaking death. He cannot have created to speak death to what he had created. So let's change that. Let's look at the church to speak positivity, to encourage people, and also to stand as a church, one unified front as a church, to call out things that need to be changed. Of course, calling it out from a point of love, and of course, embracing our leaders, showing them what they are doing that is good and what they need to do, to change whatever needs to be changed. And from there, I believe we will start seeing things changing positively for our nation. From my end, together through positive speech, responsible action, and genuine unity, we can become the change we long to see. Thank you all, and God bless you.